Moving back to the thought of 80/20, as we've always been on, I think there's an interesting point to bring up, and something that I recently noticed in one of my clients, is sort of this FOMO, this fear of missing out versus this 80/20. And it really solidified my belief in the 80/20 even further, because this fear of missing out, it causes sometimes people to rebound and what might be considered binging, or this 0 to 100 type mindset, right? So I give you an example. You're full keto right now. You can't have any carbohydrates at all, right? And you're doing it, you go to the first few social events, you've been doing it well for like a month and a half, and all of a sudden, it's coming up to a birthday cake. It's your absolute favorite birthday cake. It's the sfolia, maybe, whatever you want to call it. And you really want to have it. And you have this intense fear of missing out. So much so that you finally cave in and you finally have it. And then now you want a second slice. And then later on this week, you want to have some ice cream. And you want to have a tart with your coffee that you go out for lunch with. And then all of a sudden, it's like you're back to the way you were eating 2 months ago. And it all started because of this fear of missing out. It's like, I can't have it, so I want it. I feel like I'm never going to have an opportunity to try this particular thing again, so I have to have it now. And then all of a sudden, it's almost like a floodgate opens, and you wanted everything. Not just that, you want everything, you want double of that, all that, right? And this is 0 to 100 thinking. This is this fear of missing out. And as part of the 80/20, I would suggest that you can fit that piece of cake, whatever it might be, in your 80/20. You just got to make it work. Perhaps you're tracking and you budget for it like you would in any home financial situation. Like, you want to get some new windows for the house. Maybe you have to you make a little budget. You can't go on vacation that month. You can't also buy a new car at the same time, right? You gotta budget a little bit, right? And you make room to fit that purchase without throwing your budget out of whack. And it's not like all of a sudden you buy the windows, and then you buy a car, and then you buy a second house, and then you buy a boat. Most people don't do that. But it does happen with calories. It does happen with food. It's this fear of missing out, because if you don't take this opportunity right now because you've been so strict, not allowed to have yourself at all of a sudden you allow yourself a little leeway and you let yourself have this. And then becomes this fear that you're never going to have it again. And you have to have it all right now. Whereas if you could have made it fit, it's going to work, right? So, of course, there are some foods that even if you try to fit a little bit, it's not good, because it tends to make you want to eat more. Those are the red light foods that we spoke about way long ago. But that being said, you try to fit what you can, and you'll never miss out on anything if you're living 80/20. Never. You will become more deciphering. You might become more picky in the sense of what you're going to indulge in, but you'll never miss out again. Because you're allowing it, you're fitting it, you're making it part of your lifestyle, as opposed to this, I can never have any of this, and then the second I have it, I want it all. So again, the whole point of this fear of missing out versus this 80/20, this 0 to 100, a lot of people are being so strict that the moment they allow themselves to slide just a little bit, it becomes this downhill thing. And I don't want that for you. I want it to be part of your lifestyle, to allow yourself to live your life. And this first one, this fear of missing out situation, for the first 2-3 weeks, that person is probably losing faster than you are. But then the week after that, they're way back behind again. And this whole time, you slowly, like the tortoise in the hare, you are now winning this race when this hare is on the side of the road. So take the route of 80/20, not the FOMO, because it will be the thing that gets you the long-term results.